Okay, so I'll try to be short. So many of you have probably seen my story, and probably that's why I grabbed a tissue. You've kind of followed me along and cheered me along the whole way the last year. So I'm going to kind of start back from the beginning. I'm already getting, but when I was 19, I met my husband.
Me too.
And at this point, we have known each other as long as I haven't known him. So he has been with me through so much, and I'm so thankful for that. And I definitely couldn't have got where I am without him. And we have 3 beautiful children. My daughter, Alithia Rose, is going to be 9 in November. And I have a 5-year-old son named Xander Robert. And my daughter was named after my husband's and my 2 grandmothers. And my son's middle name, Robert, came from my grandpa. And my baby is 2½. And his name is Braden Richard. And his middle name, Richard, came from my father-in-law. So genealogy has always been important to me, and that's why I passed on their names. But I'm also big in scrapbooking. I got really big into that when it first came out. I have a background in graphic design, love computers, and I also decided at 19 I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So I started looking at direct sales. This was before I had kids. So I'll fast forward a little bit now. I'm getting really nervous, but about 7.5 years ago, I went to a scrapbook show. Heirloom Pro, for anybody who's gone to those, which is huge. It was an annual tradition for me, and things kind of got in the way and almost kept me from going. But I went, and I had a very short time to be there. And I kid you not, I had about a half hour left of the show, and I turned around, and the heavens opened up, and light shone down on Heritage Makers. And Hallie will remember, because I tell her that all the time, and I tell my new team members that. It was a moment I won't forget, because I was in direct sales doing something else, and here was the company that had my genealogy. It had scrapbooking, it had digital, it had computers, and it was direct sales, and it was everything I had ever wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was pushing my 1.5-year-old daughter around this fair at the time, and here was my dream in front of me. It was like Sharon had just invented it for me. So thank you, Sharon, thank you, Candy May, everybody who came before that helped it be what it was. Okay, so you can see I have a passion for that. I have a passion for the story. So a year ago, when I went to convention, like many of you, I was just blindsided with what happened with Youngevity coming in. I had never heard of it, and I did not believe in vitamins. No. They were hocus pocus. I was like, Michelle, I'm like, that stuff does not work. I am not taking it. And they were going to steal away what I loved. And I cried. And I got angry. And I grieved, like many of you. And then I prayed. And I said, I know there's a reason here, so okay, I'm on. I'm riding the wave, I'm on for the ride, whatever it does. Here we go. And I told Hallie, I'll try it, but I'm never buying it again. Remember that? Woohoo! Sorry, Michelle. Sorry, Dr. Wallach. But I tried every vitamin on the market, every weight loss product, nothing ever worked. I never felt different. This was going to be the same thing. So that Healthy Start pack came in the mail. I'm also smart, and I know if I don't do it the way the direction says, they'll tell me it's my fault. I'm stubborn. So I did it by the directions so I could prove them wrong. I took it exactly how they said, every dose by my weight. I was not going to mess it up. And 10 days in, I called Hallie. Something's different. I felt different. And I can't explain it to you. The only people who know are people who've taken the 90 for life. And about maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, they go, whoa, something's different. And you can't explain it, you just feel good. Then I ran out. I hadn't bought any more. I was never buying it again. And I panicked. and I paid 2 days shipping. Those of you who've been there know that's desperate. That's a lot of money, but I needed it. I wasn't going to do 1 day because that was a little too much. But it came in and I continued. What you don't know, and Hallie knows, and some people who know me know, before that, for about a year I'd been suffering with gallbladder problems. I was supposed to have my gallbladder removed. I refused. I took red pasta sauce out of my diet because that's what caused me to have attacks. And for a year I had not had anything with red sauce, anything chili, anything spicy, and just lived that way to try to maintain my health without having to have surgery. I also had a lot of acid reflux, heartburn. In all the testing I did, I have diverticulitis, colon polyps, you name it, my digestion has issues, and it's genetic, I thought, because my mom had it, it was passed down. I also have other issues that kind of just were part of my life. I thought I was healthy. I didn't need that stuff. I have brittle nails, brittle hair. I get calcium deposits on my face, just something that happens to me. I have tendonitis in both my hands from when I was 19 and I worked at a job that overdid it. I have pains in my knees. I get restless legs. I get leg cramps and foot cramps, and my family has diabetes, and I constantly was tested from all my symptoms. But I was maintaining and not there yet. So I had a lot of things going on, and I thought I was healthy, and they were just part of who I was. In that 10 days, that's what started disappearing, and I started feeling different. Oh, I have to mention, sorry guys in the room, TMI. I had extreme PMS. Some of you who know me I've told you that online. My 3 beautiful children I had naturally with no epidural, because labor contractions to me felt like a normal month. That was my life from the time I was 13. I haven't needed any Midol, any heat packs since September of last year when I started finding I called my mom. That was one of the first miracles, and I was like, can you believe this? My whole life suffering from that for no reason. So that's much of the story you guys don't know, because you've only seen the physical on the outside. But all that happened in September, the month after Youngevity bought us. So since that worked, I said, woohoo! Lots of money, but give me the weight loss. Let's go. My 3 kids had left me 60 pounds overweight. Every kid I put on 20 and kept it. So I started the weight loss. ASAP, if you need to lose weight, do it. My biggest advice with that, though, is follow the directions. It wouldn't have worked otherwise. Take the products, follow the plan, listen to the experts. They know what they're talking about, and it will work. And the weight just started melting off. I listened to Dr. Wallach even when I wasn't following the diet, and I was in my in-between maintenance kind of periods. The bad foods were out of my life. Everything he had said worked, and I was going to follow him. So that first 6 weeks, I dropped 23.5 pounds in 6 weeks before Thanksgiving. Then I saw family. And they were like, okay, tell me about this company. And then I kept going. And at this point, October 7th last year was when I started, so I just hit my year mark. I've lost over 54 pounds. Wow. And I looked on my computer chart, 96 inches. I'd love to see it say 100. So that's my goal, even though I don't have much to lose, but if it ever saw 100, oh, that would be amazing. So it's been a long journey, and a big difference from a year ago where I said, I am not buying that stuff. I am doing Heritage Makers because it's my heart. But like we always say, follow the plan, be a product of the product. And I tried it just so I could tell people what I had done. And I want to before I do that, Allie's telling me I have to show you something, but I do have pictures and things if anybody wants to see later, like my whole transition, each step I took, you can see it all the way along. But for those of you who are just in it for Heritage Makers, just in it for the memory keeping, for our Memories for Life, I urge you, try the Healthy Start Pack, because if you're like me and you think you're healthy, and then you start listing out the little things in your life that you just think you have to live with, you'd be surprised how many you don't need to live with if you just give your body what it needs. They start going away. And if you go into my hotel room now, somebody who was never going to buy a product. Oh boy. I have a vitamin bar going on up there. I'm using the skincare because I've never been able to use it. I have major allergies too. I didn't mention my skin breaks out from everything. I have makeup because I've never been able to use makeup because I break out and have allergies from it. And for those of you, every makeup out there says naturally based. Based being their keyword. Our makeup, natural, period. Amazing, amazing. I can't wait to hear more about it. I'm hosting an essential workshop for essential oils in November. A Heritage Maker. Because I love the oils. They're in my room. My family loves the Go Foods. We use it. I have stuff from almost every line, and I'm wearing 60 pounds. Hello? MK. Awesome. Never thought that. Even in April, we're sitting there watching the fashion show going, oh, someday, today. So if you haven't tried something else, try the 90 for Life. Just try it and see what it does for you. But start trying a few things. And I'm going to show you guys, Allie wants me to show you, I brought it. In August, when we came to convention last August 2013 for Heritage Makers, when they dropped that bombshell of Youngevity, I had to go shopping to come to convention because nothing fit. And I had to buy a size 16 clothing for the first time in my life. And I brought a skirt to show you. This is what I bought to wear a year ago. That was me 1 year ago. So you guys can do it too. Just try it. Thank you.